What's up, friends, and welcome back to my channel. So the world of biohacking has definitely gotten the reputation for being a very expensive hobby. From multi-$1,000 hyperbaric oxygen chambers to infrared saunas and even red light panels, some of these high-tech gadgets cost just a ton to even use them at a wellness center, let alone buy them outright yourself. And so that can be super frustrating, especially if you're looking to take care of your health but can't afford this massive barrier to entry. But I'm here to show you and tell you that it doesn't have to be that way. And so in this video, I'll be sharing the top 5 biohacking products I found to achieve just that, all for under 50 bucks each. So let's kick things off with one of my favorite new obsessions and something that actually covers sleep, mood, and fitness. This pocket-sized device is called Fum, and it's basically a whole new way of using essential oils as part of your daily routine. As you'll see here, Fum is made up of 2 parts, the wooden inhaler itself, and then these polyester cores that are infused with therapeutic grade essential oils. You simply fray the end of one of the cores, you pop it in the bottom here, and then inhale through the fume and out through your nose. Rinse and repeat. So you may be wondering, well, what's the point? And if you're like me, you might be leery about essential oils in general. Now, I'd always heard about the potential benefits of using essential oils, but I never really got a lot out of them, and I never fully experienced the benefits firsthand until I tried Fum. And that's because Fum delivers a very targeted and super concentrated dose of essential oils via inhalation versus the traditional method of diffusion, which usually takes a lot longer to fully disperse and isn't quite as intense an experience. So what's happening on a physiological level when you inhale is that the oils fire up your main olfactory system, or your sense of smell, which then signals to your brain that it's time to either relax or focus, depending of course on which essential oils you're using and any previous associations you've had with those particular oils. For instance, I tend to associate lavender with relaxation and going to sleep, so I tend to use that Fum core whenever I'm winding down for bed. And then when I need to crank on work or I'm gearing up to go for a run, I'll use their peppermint cores, which I have found to be my favorite. And they're also mildly stimulating. I tried to use it once before going to bed and that was not a great idea. But when you use it during the day, it's actually really nice because not only does it kind of have this little bit of like a buzz in the back of your throat, but it also opens up the airwaves. And so I find that I can just kind of breathe better using it. Now, this is all anecdotal, but I am doing some biometric tests on myself right now using the Fum. So stay tuned for my full video coming up probably next month. I'm gonna go over all this data and really see what it's doing to my respiratory rate, HRV, all that good stuff. If you're interested in learning more or giving them a try, it really costs less than $50 just to get started. And I absolutely love this company. They're making some big waves in the biohacking space right now. And I've talked to the founders and I've really gotten a strong sense of what their vision and mission as a company is, and I am all about that. And so I have decided to partner with Fum. There's a special discount code for you guys. It's a referral link, so if you use that, helps me and helps you with some savings. So that will be in the show notes below. Next up on the list is mouth tape, which is a super cheap biohack that I use for sleep. Definitely not the most glamorous look going to bed with this thing stuck to your mouth. However, I think this is one of those cases where you just have to look at the benefits outweighing aesthetics. So the main purpose of using mouth tape is so that you don't breathe through your mouth, and instead you're priming your body to breathe through your nose. So you may be asking yourself, why? And there are a ton of different benefits that people talk about, but for me, there are 2 big ones that stand out. And one of them is that nasal breathing helps boost nitric oxide in the body naturally. And what that's gonna do is actually help increase your oxygen absorption, something like 20% more than if you were to do mouth breathing. And the second thing is that nostril breathing can actually help create a sense of balance between your oxygen levels and your carbon dioxide levels, which can get thrown off with mouth breathing because you have a tendency to expel too much carbon dioxide. Now, there are a ton of other purported benefits to nose breathing at night, things like a reduction in snoring and even better oral health, and the list goes on. So if you want to learn more, I've included some resources in the show notes below. But what I can say I've experienced firsthand from using mouth tape at night is not only a boost in my nightly respiratory rate, but also this tendency to feel more hydrated and a little bit more lucid in the morning following the night of using the mouth tape. Definitely worth giving it a try if you know you are a mouth breather. And this packet is super cheap. You get 60 pieces, 10 bucks, Amazon Prime, done, do it. Now, another sleep hack that I've just started testing out, but really like so far, comes from a recommendation from a friend who swears by using them nightly. So these are magnetic rings that you wear on your pinky fingers at night to potentially help with things like blood flow and increase circulation throughout the body. Now, this product is a little bit more fringe and definitely more woo-woo than I'm used to reviewing, but I am adventurous and like to think of myself as open-minded, so I thought it would be worth giving them a shot, and gotta say I've been pleasantly surprised. So far, I've been wearing them for the past week during my naps and when I go to bed at night, and while it's definitely way too soon to make any bold data claims, I can say anecdotally that I feel a little bit more calm and maybe even a touch more relaxed, but I don't know. Maybe it's placebo, maybe it's working. The jury's still out. There is one thing I can say though, this thing has some pretty shoddy construction. No offense, but yeah, the plastic, it doesn't really work very well on my tiny pinky fingers, and it's weird. But if the technology works, anyway, I'm playing around with these things. It was 40 bucks on Amazon. And so if you're into magnetic technology and you know a lot more about it than I do, give these things a try. And yeah, I'm gonna continue to wear them and see if I can actually get some concrete data to share with you guys. Stay tuned for that. And in wrapping up the sleep stuff, I couldn't possibly talk about all of my cheap sleep tricks without mentioning the TrueDark junk light dots. So these stickers are great to use on any of those pesky little lights that you see on all of your electronics these days, from your electric toothbrush to the microwave. And my God, that Vitamix blender, who on earth would ever think to make that light so blue? I don't get it. Anyway, these small lights, they might seem all sweet and innocent during the day, but when nighttime rolls around, it is a whole other story, which is why I love these reusable stickers, because they are a great way to cover up all of those little lights and really protect your sleep and of course your circadian rhythm. And definitely would recommend that you look to block some of this light, especially if it's in your bedroom. And we actually have an air conditioning unit with very bright blue and red lights that we have gone to town with our TrueDark lights. But it works and it helps protect our sleep. And guess what? They're 12 bucks. So definitely not gonna break the bank on this one. Next, and I guess finally, we move on to the skincare front. Not exactly my forte, but luckily I've got a friend in the skincare industry. Her name is Rachel Varga. You maybe have heard of her. I don't usually talk a lot about skincare hacks on this channel because I haven't really had a ton of issues with my skin. Skin is important, largest organ, get that, until I moved to Hawaii. And your girl has started to break out with acne like she's a 14-year-old girl entering puberty all over again. And guess what? When you're 30, not cute. And so to try to fix it, I was doing pretty much everything. I went for facials, I was not using makeup, I did some fasting, I, was doing infrared sauna, cold therapy. I tried everything, nothing was working, and it has been very frustrating. And so when you are stuck, sometimes you just gotta phone a friend. And my friend is a skin expert, so that was convenient. And so she got me started on these ZO Complexion renewal pads. And when I say game changer, I mean, I am just so freaking stoked that something like this exists. And I was like, what are these ingredients? And so I looked, and it's really a combination of glycolic acid and salicylic acid, which, I've used in different formulations before to really help with complexion and obviously clarifying the pores. But gosh, I don't know what it is about these pads. They work. And I think they probably add some special ingredient like unicorn dust into them, because they just cleared up my redness and blunted some of that acne the next day, like within hours. So that's my secret. Not so secret. I can't really keep a secret. So if you guys are interested in checking them out, and I'm sure they do a lot of other things besides acne, but I will include the link below. I think there's a discount code there too if you buy from Rachel's site. So yeah, this is definitely the ultimate skin health hack I have been able to find recently. And honestly, I was just so freaking excited to tell you guys. I don't know why. It's weird when you get acne at 30 and you're just like, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you learned something, if you liked this video, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, that bell, all the things. And thanks for bearing with me as I got a little crazy there at the end. I'm either over-caffeinated or over-caffeinated. More serious videos down the line. Today we like to keep it just light and cheery. So I appreciate you guys. And you know what? Until next time, cannot wait to catch you on the next one.